join the party.
Third and less than a yard. And McManus will pass deep to Joe Higgins. He's got it! What a catch by Higgins! The Tiger Cats win the Eastern Final for the second year in a row.
Bootleg, Dickinson, end zone touchdown, Vince Danielson.
We have a rematch of last year's Grey Cup. The Calgary Stampeders are going to the Cup to meet the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Tonight, a look ahead to the '99 Grey Cup. We preview Calgary Hamilton 2, the sequel. And all season long, the CFL has been showcasing big-time excitement. Live from Vancouver, BC, we honor the league's most outstanding players for 1999. The CFL's best shine bright on awards night. We are live from Vancouver, less than 48 hours until game time, and tonight we're going to get you ready with 2 terrific hours, a special preview show, and then we'll hand out the hardware, the 1999 Dodge CFL Outstanding Player Awards. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the second most exciting event of the CFL season. Of course, the big game is on Sunday. Tonight, the individual honors. And with me, an award-winning team, the Men in Black, Glenn Suter, Matt Dunnigan, and Chris Schultz, a trio, a well-dressed trio that knows very well about the Grey Cup game. Let us begin with Glenn Suter and flashback to 1989, the most sensational moment of an illustrious career against Hamilton in the Grey Cup game.
Rocky DiPietro was trying to go down the seam, and Matt Dunnigan threw it right to... Okay, it wasn't Matt Dunnigan, it was Mike Kerrigan.
Oh, yeah. Very easily could have been me, those Suits.
It could have.
Yeah, threw a lot
and
of
you won the game.
And we won the game. It was a game that had a ton of plays in it, a ton of big plays, and I was just really happy to be in it.
Now, these guys know a bunch as well. Matt Dunnigan has been to 6. Chris Schultz has been to a couple as well. They were only at 1 together, though. It was 1991, and what a tandem they were. There's Mr. Dunnigan, and there's the big guy up front, Mr. Schultz. And, you know, Matt is no dummy.
Yeah,
Follow the big guy.
It's a no-brainer. I mean, look how big he is. Watch this block.
Look at the block, and Dunnigan gets like 5 yards on a sneak. Now, Matt did a little bit himself as well. He didn't always use Schulte, although Schulte blocking here. Dunnigan finds D.K. Smith for the touchdout. It was the Schultz blocking, though, that did it, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And, you know, you'd think Dunnigan was the hero, but no, the fans mob Schultz. Schultz.
I'm the star. Finally.
Terrific game, and you won it.
That's right.
Now, it wasn't just you guys. The Rocket and some other guys had a little something to do with
Chris
it.
Gaines, our defense. Yeah, they all played well.
Just like you guys in 91, we have a very specific game plan for tonight, and we want to lay it out for you right now. All sorts ahead in the next 2 hours. We are going to recap a terrific season and get you ready for the game. We'll talk to both head coaches, both starting QBs, and of course we'll have the Dodge CFL Outstanding Player Awards hosted by John Wells. Now, it wouldn't be much of a party if you didn't work the crowd a little bit, and we have our expert mingler out there tonight. It's none other than Dave Randorf. Dave?
A professional mingler for the night, and it's a good job too. I'm in the ballroom right beside where the boys are, and there's a lot of people in here talking some football, getting ready. There's a casino here, there's a silent auction. Everybody's getting ready for a great Friday night in Grey Cup week in Vancouver. My part of the show will be to talk to a couple of people I'm sure you'll recognize, both starting quarterbacks, Danny McManus and Dave Dickinson of the Calgary Stampeders. McManus, of course, up for an award this evening, Most Outstanding Player. We will also speak with the Western nominee for that award as well, Alan Pitts, all coming up from the ballroom right beside you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Dave. Now, if you're just getting into the Grey Cup spirit this weekend, and we've been in it for several days now, we want to fill you in on what's been going on this week. It's kind of the 3 Ps, lots of pancakes, lots of parties, and of course, lots of pre-game preparations. Grey Cup week began with the Stampeders and Ticats arriving in Vancouver in good spirits.
We're back. That's right. Don't sleep. That's right. Don't sleep. That's right. Don't sleep. We back, baby. We back.
Now we're playing against a team that beat us last year. It's going to be a 60-minute ball game. We had 2 games against them this year, went all the way down to the wire, and I don't expect to be anything different than this time.
If we lose this game, it's an incomplete season. And last year, I don't think we felt that way. We felt, oh boy, we're just happy to be here.
We're all
a little tired, but we're excited to come right back to Vancouver. We had a battle and a war on Sunday, and we expect another one against Hamilton.
Well, it's always exciting to be in the Grey Cup week, and I think it's extra exciting to be back in BC after such a thrilling win on Sunday.
Calgary welcomed the good news that Kelvin Anderson was able to practice and should be ready to play Sunday.
As far as having the pain that I felt last week, it wasn't there, but you know, it's still a tender spot. But as far as the pain, it really was the pain that stopped me from playing last week, and that wasn't there, so I feel like I'll be okay.
The weekly festivities continued Thursday in less than ideal weather conditions. However, it didn't drown the spirits of the Grey Cup faithful. The Stampeders hosted a pancake breakfast, served up Calgary style with live entertainment and a Western theme, much to the delight of local Grey Cup fans. And the folks from Calgary sure know how to do it up right now. We have had a blast so far, so have the players, but Chris, when does the fun end?
Well, the fun is over because now the 48-hour rule takes effect. The focus on football jumps to another level. You know, this is the opportunity for the players to create a memory, a lasting memory. They have run over this game in their mind over and over and over, and it's all about winning and losing. If you win a Grey Cup game, 1999 is a great year. You can put a little red check mark on there, great year. You lose the Grey Cup game, well, it's more than disappointing. It's like climbing a mountain, then all of a sudden someone at the top of the mountain says, well, go back down to the bottom and start all over again next year. This is not about the money. The money comes, the money goes. This is about that ring. That ring lasts a lifetime, Matty.
I can't believe you said it's not for the money, Schulte. We don't want to get into the 87 Grey Cup, do we?
No.
I'll tell you another thing the players are going through. They're locked into bed. Yeah, full lockdown's in effect. The game plans have all been fine-tuned. The X's and O's is all over with. And right now, the tension mounts from this point on because the finality of the Grey Cup is staring these players right in the face, Glenn.
Yeah, you're right. And while the guys are locked down in the rooms getting ready for the game, the fans are just starting to get up and get out there into the city. The 48-hour rule is in effect for the fans, but it's the opposite. 48 hours before the game, they're cranking it up. There's hospitality suites all over the city that are just rocking. These guys have just partying on, and there's guys from Ottawa and guys from Baltimore, teams that haven't been in the league for a long time. And guys, I want to tell you something. I've got my finger on the pulse of the festivities in this city. I'll keep you posted.
Oh, we knew that.
All right.
We definitely picked the perfect guy for the assignment there.
That's a real surprise.
Work.
Yeah.
You're a bit too much of an expert on that one. When we return, a little bit of Tabby talk for you. We will get up close and personal with Hamilton's main man, and we'll ask Ronnie Lancaster, why the heck did you call this play? Hey, it worked. It was that play to Hagens, and it was a good one. About 40 minutes away from the Dodge CFL Outstanding Player Awards. And you know, when decades end, well, we always like to say, who's the team of the 90s? The Argos won 3 Grey Cups. But remember, if Calgary wins this one, it'll be their 3rd and their 5th Grey Cup appearance. A good season, 12-6, 2nd in the West, 2nd in scoring, 4th best defense in terms of points allowed, and of course defeated Edmonton and defeated BC. And we are proud to welcome Calgary head coach Wally Buono. Now, Wally, we've seen this time and time again. When a team is hungry, they get their title, and then they come back the next year and they're a little bit complacent. How did you keep this team hungry?
Well, I think a couple of things. One is we talked about that we were not as good a football team as what we finished in 1998, and we weren't. We had lost Jeff Garcia, Fred Childers, Terry Vaughn, and you know, I think those are 3 key guys that we weren't able to replace. And you know, I think the players bought into what I was trying to tell them because that was the truth. We were not very good coming out of training camp, and we said all along that as the season progressed, we would get better, and then we did.
You sure did, Coach. And let me ask you, all week long, we have been giving the players perspective, and right now we know lockdown's in effect for the next 48 hours. Well, this leaves you and the head coach. And can you tell us, I don't know the answer to this, what do y'all do for the next 48 hours leading up to the Grey Cup?
Well, hopefully we're going to relax a little bit because it's been quite an intense couple of weeks. The way I look at it is our work is pretty much done. You know, we've got the players prepared. We've got them, I think, knowing what we want them to do to take away what Hamilton does. And now it's up to them. As I told the players, you know, the coaches help you get you to the playoffs. Now it's your turn to get us to the Grey Cup.
You know, Coach, your football team has won more games in the 90s than any other CFL football team, and you're unique in one respect. You combine the general manager duties as well as the head coaching duties. Which gives you a bigger gratification? Which do you take more pride in, building the football team or coaching it on a daily basis?
Well, I look at it as coaching. I mean, obviously, you know, building is an aspect that you do during the off season. It's not quite as intense or what you really look forward to doing. But I really look forward to the training camp when you get the players together, to the games. You know, I take a lot of pride in that. You know, but again, I got tremendous support staff. You know, our coaches do a tremendous job. Roy Shivers has always brought in good personnel, and you know, it makes my job a whole lot easier.
Coach, I truly believe that the Calgary Stampeders are the team of the 90s with the success that you've had, and you're back here in the game again. And this year, you got here with 3 different quarterbacks. Now, are you just able to go out and find all these great quarterbacks, or have you built the system so that you can plug in a quarterback and he can have success?
Well, again, I think we've built the system, but there's a lot of teams that have good systems. I think the thing that we've had is continuity, not only with the coaching staff, but with our players. I mean, you look at, you know, the guy that makes everything go, we say it's a quarterback, but, you know, it's also Alan Pitts. He's been there. He knows the whole offense. He really brings the guys together, especially offensively. And I think it's important for people to recognize that. You know, when we had Doug Flutie, I think this thing that we said with Doug will be surrounded by a good offensive unit. He left. Jeff Garcia had the same tools. He left. Dave had the same tools. And I think the greatest compliment could be when Mike McCoy came. Mike did what we just expect him to do. You know, throw the ball to the open receivers. But the receivers, the running backs, you know, they did what the system allowed them to do, which was, you know, read the coverages, get into the positions they're supposed to be. And I think that took a lot of pressure off the quarterbacking position.
Coach, you guys are the Grey Cup champions. You deserve an awful lot of respect, but yet you go around town this week and a lot of people are saying, you know, I like Hamilton this year. I like Hamilton this year. Maybe it's the fact they don't know Dave Dickinson as well as they knew Jeff Garcia. Does that bother you, or does it help motivate the troops?
Well, it doesn't bother me because they don't play. I think that's one thing we all who've played professional football know. It's the players that decide who wins and who loses. Obviously, everybody has an opinion, and I think that's what makes you know, the fans of Canada unique. But from our perspective, you know, we know what kind of team we are. We have a lot of respect for Hamilton. We have a lot of respect for ourselves.
All right. Thank you very much, Wally Buono, and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
All right. Lots more ahead on our pregame show. When we return, we will talk, as promised, about the Hamilton Tiger Cats and talk to Ronnie Lancaster and ask him, Ronnie, holy Higgins, why'd you call this play? Welcome back to our Grey Cup preview and the Dodge CFL Outstanding Player Awards. And you know, the Ticats should feel right at home here because they've had as many peaks and valleys this season as the Rocky Mountains that form the backdrop to this beautiful city. Still pretty good year. 11-7, led the CFL in scoring, 3rd fewest points allowed, and of course they beat Toronto and Montreal to make it to the Grey Cup game. And joining us right now is their quarterback, Danny McManus. We told you Ronnie Lancaster was going to come by. He's a little bit late, but we still have to ask the same sort of question. I got to ask you, Danny, what about that play, the 3rd down play to Joe Higgins? Where did that call come from?
Oh, it came from the head coach.
Did you agree with it?
That wasn't yours.
Hey, you don't agree or disagree with the head coach. You just run the play exactly as he designed it. And, you know, it was a gutsy call. It worked out. We thought we might be able to trick him and Joe be all by himself, but the defensive back read it, and my job was just to throw it. I wasn't going to do anything else but throw it. That's coach's play.
Coach, or Danny, we talked about yesterday about your demeanor on the field, and we've talked about your great success. I want to talk about that quick release. I love your theory on getting rid of the football. You're only sacked, what, 7 times this year? Yeah. Got that quick release, so what everyone talks about. Let's hear your theory.
I just don't want to get hit. my biggest thing is if I can get rid of the football, then they can't hit me. That's why I got the little guy standing next to me with the flag. So, I mean, if they hit me too late, then we're going to get a penalty out of it. It's just something that I've always had. My biggest fear is getting hit with the football. I mean, getting hit by if I still had the football. So if I can get rid of it, those guys are not allowed to hit me.
All right, Danny. Let me see if I can set this one up. All right, you get to a point in your career where you've made the throws, you can make all the throws on the field, you can read all the defenses, you understand the strengths and weaknesses. And yesterday I said that you were in that zone now. You were in quarterback bliss. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think to a point for sure. Like everything seems to come right now a little bit easier. My reads are coming a lot easier. I think it's just after the number of years of experience that you know when you're in that zone. Right now, I'm not into that touchdown zone right now because I haven't thrown it too many in the playoffs. But I think with the play call and that RD, the package that he gives me, just things just work out. That right now that things are going pretty good. We just have to get a little bit better on Sunday.
RD being?
Yeah, my offensive coordinator, RD Lancaster. Right. Yeah, he's the one that sets the packages up. But when we get on the field, he lets me run all the plays, call everything, but he's the one that does the legwork for us.
You know, Danny, you're in the exact same position you are last year at this time. And, you know, it's one thing to get to the Grey Cup once, but you guys have recreated that success. And I'm curious, what's the difference on this 99 team as compared to 98, or is there anything that jumps out at you as a difference?
Well, I don't think there's really too much of a difference between the two teams. Last year, we were kind of rookies to the Grey Cup, all the festivities that happened, and I believe, even myself, I think we were just happy to get here after a 2-16 season. This year, the focus has been a lot better at practice. I'm very impressed with the way the guys have come to practice and even into the film room before practice. They're determined to try to make sure that we play a full 60 minutes, not 59 and a half like we did last year.
All right, Danny, now do one favor for us tonight. Look nervous. For once in your life.
Oh, around you guys, you make it so comfortable, it's easy to be up here.
Look nervous, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Now, as promised, we have talked to the quarterback. Now it's time to talk to the coach. Dave Randorf is with Ticats head coach Ron Lancaster.
Thank you very much, James. Your quarterback, as usual, loose as ever, but we've come to expect that from Danny McManus, haven't we?
Well, if he wasn't like that, I'd be surprised and amazed.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, he was pretty loose, too, when you made that call that everybody's been talking to you about all week. Well, I mean, it's a call that nobody expected, a 3rd and inches, and you go to a guy who probably hadn't caught a pass all season. What possessed you to make that call at that time?
Just what you said, a 3rd and inches. There's nobody expects that, and it's an element of surprise. And I visualized Joe going down the field wide open, walking in for a touchdown. But, hey, he made a heck of a catch. Danny put the ball the only place he could put it, and Joe went and got it. And you know, we ask our players, when you're in a position and you get a chance to make a play, make it. And, boy, they made a great one at the right time.
Obviously, you're going to be asking them to make some plays on Sunday for the 2nd year in a row. And there's been a lot of talk this week, Ron, about how last year perhaps your team was just kind of happy to be here, where that's certainly not the case this year.
Well, I hope it wasn't the case last year, but yeah, we would really like to finish this thing off right. You know, every football team's going to climb to so far up a mountain, and then they're going to level off. And when you get the chance to get to the championship game, you need to win it, because it's very hard to get there. And to get there 2 in a row, very, very difficult to do. So let's try to finish it off right.
And, of course, as everybody knows, it's a rematch. We all got a kick out of the press conference earlier this week. You sitting beside your good friend, a guy that you have a lot of respect for as a coach, Wally Buono.
No question. I know this playing Calgary. Wally's been there a long time. He's done an outstanding job. And when you play Calgary, you have to play 60 minutes because they're well coached. They're solid. Very seldom beat themselves. You have to beat them. And I give him all the credit in the world because he's done that for a long time.
Team ready, Coach?
You betcha.
Have a great time. Enjoy tonight, and good luck on Sunday.
Oh, we will. We're going to enjoy both.
All right. There's the head coach, Ron Lancaster. Back to you, James.
All right. Thank you very much, Dave and Ron. Still lots more ahead on the show. When we return, we will look back at the best of 1999, the plays that we liked the most. And you know what? Hey, even the Bombers had a couple. That's when we return. Welcome back to Canada Place in Vancouver and the Dodge CFL Outstanding Player Awards. People starting to file into the auditorium. The award show, just about 15-20 minutes away here on TSN. Now, this season we saw 76 games, more than 8,000 plays. Now, of all of those, here are the ones that made us go, wow, the best of 99.
This is what we're about! Woo! Canadian football, baby, at its finest.
Meanwhile, the Lions want a big return from Jimmy the Jet Cunningham. Still on his feet, across midfield. And Jimmy the Jet heads for the end zone. Miles has the Alouette touchdown. Oh, baby.
For the Argos' first win of the season. Far enough. It's good.
It's all up to Paul McCallum now for Saskatchewan. He hits it. He's got it. Third and goal to go. It's about a yard and a half side again, intercepted. Timed perfectly by William Hampton. And he is gone. Is he thinking about taking it out? He is. And he is getting it out. Corey Grant is still going. Giancola, the only one who can catch him, and he doesn't. Touchdown, Hamilton.
He's going long, looking for Pitts. Touchdown!
It looks like Stiegel is going all the way. 100 yards. Vaughn has another one. Chance for the touchdown. He'll get it. Terry Vaughn, yes. McManus pumps once, looks to the corner. Andrew Gray, he's got the touchdown. That was brilliant. Oh, my goodness. That is unbelievable.
Ain't nothing like Friday night football, baby. First and long. Handoff, Ryan Terry negotiating yardage. And a big move. Still going. Across the first down marker. Ryan Terry has some blockers, including Jay Barker to the 5. Touchdown, Argos. On the toss to Mike Pringle. On first down, he gets outside. Oh, what a hit on Pringle.
I can take better. I got hit harder last week, as a matter of fact.
It's close. We're in the final minute. They've got Kelly up. Maurice Kelly tries to get it. He's got it. Kelly, take it down to 1. 47 on the clock. Here's the play.
Yes, the Bombers had a couple of miracles, but they fell one short in the final week of the season. Now, all season long, we've had you guys analyze plays, who's blocking who, who's covering who. Why don't you expand your horizons a little and talk big picture? What stuck out in your minds from this season?
You know what stuck out in my mind this year was just how important the continuity of personnel is to a football team. The Hamilton Ticats and the Calgary Stampeders are here because they develop players. They have made the least number of changes in total of all the CFL football teams. Continuity, the ability to develop football players, specifically Canadian football players, absolutely is a prime thing in terms of winning. I really believe that's why these two teams are here. The other thing that was real obvious was the success in Montreal. Sellout after sellout after sellout to watch a very good football team. Hey, the Alouette organization took some risks, took some chances, and then had the ability to sustain and really capitalize in their market. You can do it in Montreal, you can do it in other places across the league. Those two things really impressed me, Matty.
Well, what I saw, Chris, was the dominance in defensive play. Defenses dominated the league across the East and West. And why? Because there are so many young quarterbacks being developed throughout the Canadian Football League. And I think this is the big reason why we saw so many 1,000-yard rushers in the league, and an importance and an emphasis on the running game. But the defenses did dominate. And I tell you this, things go in cycles. Look for those young quarterbacks to start getting the upper hand on the defenses here soon, and things will turn quickly, Glenn.
I love, Matt, that the defense has had some success.
I set you up, buddy. Yeah, I set you up.
I love that. But you know what I really enjoyed about this year's season was how it looked on the entire Canadian Football League. Attendance overall was up across the board. Ratings for television were up. You think about that Montreal situation. They were turning away 5,000 fans a game, 10,000 for the playoff game in Molson Stadium. Think of the Calgary Stampeders organization, what they have done in the 90s. Over 30,000 fans per game in McMahon Stadium. It really looks great on the league. And then John Tory, the commissioner, just today announced that the league is looking to expand into Ottawa and possibly Quebec. And I tell you what, that would be great for the country and great for the league. And I think not only is the CFL turned the corner, but it's down the stretch and it's gaining speed.
Right. Now, we are here tonight to honor a group of well-deserved players, the outstanding players in the league this year. But it's kind of too bad it's limited to such a small group. group. I want to ask you guys, the guys that aren't on the list tonight, other players that stuck out.
You know who really stuck out in my mind were a couple of fullbacks. I think the fullback position in football is really of critical importance, and it's very difficult because of the number of responsibilities you have. Michael Souls, I thought you had a great year. You showed leadership, you showed character. You can be an isolation blocker and knock the heck out of a linebacker, swing out in the backfield, and produce offensively with your legs. Great year. I hope you don't retire. And Dwayne Ford here for the Calgary Stampeders. If there's somebody better at blocking the blitz and determining that pressure, I haven't been able to see him. I thought he had a solid year as a fullback. I like fullbacks, and I think they're critical to the game, Matty.
Yeah, they are, Chris. And another guy that was critical to his football team all year, and we heard it from everybody. Every week we'd hear Don Lindsay talk about Raphael Robinson. I thought he got overlooked. He was the team leader on that defense all season long and no postseason awards whatsoever. And in the East, I'm looking at Dan Giancola. This guy won a couple of games for the Toronto Argonauts. He came out of nowhere. Last year he was packing groceries in bags, and this year he's winning football games for the Argonauts, Glenn.
Okay, you know what? My unsung heroes come from two teams that really struggled this year, and I'm talking about the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. In Saskatchewan, Michael Saunders had a tremendous game. You know what? When you're a football player and you're winning, it's fun. The game is a lot of fun. You enjoy going to practice. When you're losing, it's really tough to reach down every week and get ready to play. Mike Saunders was their most valuable player and had a tremendous year. And in Winnipeg, I'm talking about Maurice Kelly. Congratulations. He played great game in and game out. It didn't matter what the score was. Maurice Kelly and Michael Saunders are my unsung heroes.
I knew you'd pick a rider. I'm glad you picked a bomber, at least to balance things off a little bit. Now, when we, a couple of weeks ago, picked our nominees and our favorites for the Outstanding Player Awards, well, none of us picked Alan Pitts. In fact, a couple of us didn't even pick Alan Pitts to make it off of his team. We feel somewhat sheepish and a little bit scared. And that's why we're letting Dave Randorf interview Alan Pitts tonight. Dave?
That's probably a good idea. They're just talking about how they thought Kelvin was going to come off the stamps. Any comebacks from you, Alan?
Well, you know what? I thought Kelvin should have been the nominee as well, but since I've been around so long, I'm going to go ahead and accept it.
All right. Well, allow me to blow a little bit of smoke for the man. At 35 years of age, one of your finest seasons ever. You lead the league in receiving for the 5th time in your career. 8 out of 10 years now, you've gone over the 1,000-yard mark. And, of course, you break all of Elgaard's remaining records and become the all-time leading receiver in the CFL. That's obviously got to be gratifying in the year that you're nominated for this award.
Well, this has been a very good year. A lot of good things have happened personally, but I'm just so proud of my team, the way that we've just made progress throughout the season, the adversity that we've had to face, and the way we've come through it and made it to the Grey Cup. That's what's been most important.
I'll get to the Grey Cup in just a moment, but I got to ask you, at 35, I mean, a lot of guys have noted you are not slowing down one bit. How many more seasons you got in you?
Well, I'm taking it a season at a time, but I plan on playing at least 2 more. The thing that keeps me motivated and keeps me driving is just, I love to get out there and compete, especially when, you got a lot of guys talking a bunch of mess out there. It just makes you get up that much more.
It is your 5th Grey Cup. I asked you how practice was going this week, and you say it's gone great and the team is very focused.
Yeah, when you come to the Grey Cup, there's a lot of distractions going on, a lot of other things. But during practice time, all the guys have been very focused, and we've gotten some very, very positive results out of practice this week.
And you've gotten some great results despite the fact that there's been a bit of a revolving door at your quarterback position this year. But Dave will be back on Sunday.
Yes, Dave will. But that's another reason why I've been so proud of us as a team, and specifically offensively, because everybody else had to pick up their level of play. Whoever came in at quarterback just to make them feel comfortable, and we did a good job of that, and we worked through the adversity.
Well, thank you for this. Good luck tonight in the awards category, and also good luck on Sunday, Alan Pitts.
All right, I appreciate it, Dave. Thank you.
All right, back to you, James.
Thank you very much, Dave. And Alan, by the way, I've changed my mind. I don't know about these guys, but I've changed my mind. Still to come, the glorious moments of Grey Cups past, like Kenny Plain in OT in '61.
Right hand is split, and Plain, if he can get away, will go for it. He's into the end zone for a touchdown, and a sensational one by Kenny Plain.
Welcome back to Canada Place in Vancouver. Yes, the auditorium is packed. We are just a few minutes away from the Dodge CFL Outstanding Player Award Show, and there are some of the guys filing in, saying hello. look pretty good in the suits as well as the shoulder pads. They'll look better on Sunday when it is game time. Now, so many great Grey Cup memories in the past few years. Before we show you the ones that we have picked, we want to ask the experts here their favorite memories. We'll begin with Glenn Suter. I'm thinking it has to be 89. Ridgway with the field goal. You had the hold. Perfect hold, by the way.
Thank you.
Is that it?
No, it wasn't the hold, but it was when the ball went through the uprights, I guarantee you that. I think back to that kick, and it was funny because we were out on the field, and Hamilton had called a timeout. And all of a sudden, we had 10 kicker coaches in the huddle. The offensive lineman, the fullback, they were all back there telling Dave Ridgway how to kick the football. Keep your head down. Don't look up at the goalpost. Follow through. So I had to get those guys out of there and away from Dave Ridgway. Then John Gregory wanted to talk to me. He was our head coach. Went to the sideline. John Gregory says, we got to do a snap down. That's where the offensive linemen quickly go to the ground. I said, John, let's not do that. So we got in a bit of an argument on the sideline.
Trying to draw him offside?
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what they were trying to do. I said, no, let's not do that. You know what? Let's just kick this thing, win the game, and get out of there. And when that ball went through the uprights, it was the greatest memory of my life as a football player. And the other thing that I remember about that game, and is something that may be a surprise, is that I became a fan in the game that with an opponent. Tony Champion's catch in the end zone in that football game was absolutely amazing, and I was on the field, saw it firsthand because I was standing beside the guy when he was doing his touchdown dance. But I became a fan of the CFL when I saw it, thought it was the greatest catch. And the only other thing, guys, is when I looked in the eyes of the guys after that catch, and I knew we had a chance to come back, and that's a feeling that you don't get very often.
Well, I hope you guys like the story out there because, you know, we kind of hear it every day. I want to talk about 89 again? No. Chris, I know 91 was your favorite year. You've told me that many times. Was there one particular player moment that sticks out for you?
Well, not really, because in 1991 I got knocked out. I don't really remember a whole lot about the doggone football game, to tell you the truth. I don't remember a whole lot about the plays. But you know what? The Saturday before the game, the Saturday practice, the afternoon practice, the emotion, the intensity, just the feeling of 39 people trying to accomplish one thing, to see grown men kind of with their eyes welling up, talking about how important it is to them, talking about, hey, this may be my last time to get a Grey Cup ring. I don't have a Grey Cup ring. I don't have a high school ring. I don't have a college ring. This may be my last time to get a ring that doesn't represent a game. It doesn't represent a year. It represents an entire career. It's extremely important to these young men that they win on Sunday. I can't begin to tell you how much of a feeling you get on that Saturday anticipating that Sunday game. There's nothing like it. I have not been able to find that type of feeling in any other phase of life. It's very unique, Matt, and hey, in some way I can experience it again. You never know.
I don't know, Chris.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It's a pretty good feeling. Sounds like. My feeling and my experience was Friday before the 91 Grey Cup. It wasn't actually during the game. It was a Friday night before the Sunday Grey Cup game back in 91. I had a broken up shoulder, and I was in the hotel ballroom with these people. Kevin Duguay, our trainer, Dr. Robert Jackson, orthopedic surgeon, my father, Adam Reed, our head coach, Mike McCarthy, our general manager. And we were just laying the cards on the table, trying to figure out if it was in the best interest of the team, if it was in my career, where we stood, if I was going to be capable. And all came down to, well, we got to shoot this baby up to see if he can even throw. And so what happened is we spread the tables out. McCarthy went down the other end of the wing in the ballroom, picked up a ball, and I started skipping them to him. And this is not good. And then the medicine finally kicked in, and I started popping him in the hands, and I said, thinking to myself, hey, that's Mike McCarthy over there. I'm going to see if I can hurt him. So I started whipping him in there, and from that point on, I was green-lighted. But there were so many things that came into play there, with my dad being there, the decision, the team decision, Ricky Foggy coming into play, and all those things were taken into account there. And just the tension, and then the realization that, hey, I was at that point green-lighted for the game, biggest game of my life.
And Matt, you know, I played against you, Chris. You played with Matt. You weren't missing that game. I know how you approach the football. You're not missing that game.
You do what it takes. And all these guys here this week, they're doing the same. They're all playing injured. They're going to go out there and lay it on the line for 60 minutes.
Thank you, guys. Great stories. You know, every player, every fan has a great story. Perhaps it's a particular play, Leon McQuay's fumble. Perhaps it's a phrase, Gabriel's open in the end zone, or an individual performance, Johnny Bright, 56. Here are some of the memories we like best.
Al Ford back there along with Bob Pierce, two punters. Henry will hold. They'll try from the 34. It's good. Hamilton Cats on the last play of the game kicked the field goal to beat the Saskatchewan Roughriders 13-10. A drawing of the Grey Cup on that kicking tee, and the Grey Cup could go to Edmonton if Cowrick is through. He is.
A 35-yard attempt for David Ridgway. It's up. It's good. Dave Ritchie can only wonder if his BC Lions will indeed be 1994's team of destiny.
This is it for the Grey Cup victory.
Basaglia's kick is up. It's good.
The final play of the 98 Grey Cup. It's good. And the Calgary Stampeders are Grey Cup champions.
'62, Exhibition Stadium in Toronto, the Fog Bowl, a game that took 2 days to finish. Hamilton and Winnipeg facing off in the Grey Cup for the 5th time in 6 years. Winnipeg wins 28-27. We think. We couldn't see the scoreboard. 1963, Empire Stadium in Vancouver, the hometown Lions hosting the Ticats, and perhaps the most controversial hit in Grey Cup history. Angelo Mosca takes out Lions star running back Willie Fleming after he was down. Fleming's day was done. He would eventually get up, but the Lions were down and out. The Ticats won the game 21-10, the first of 3 titles for them in the 1960s. 1971, Vancouver. The Argos trying to end a 20-year Grey Cup drought. But Leon McQuay fumbles their dreams away. Stamps win, and the Argos drought would continue for another 12 years.
He scored all the Montreal points to this point. And it is no good. No good. 1 point only. The score is Edmonton 9, Montreal 8.
And there are 2 flankers left, and one, the right hand is split. And Plain, if he can get away, will go for it. He's into the end zone for a touchdown, and a sensational one by Kenny Plain.
Gabriel is open in the end zone. Touchdown! And the Ottawa fans and players are going crazy.
First and goal from the 3. Barnes, Minter, touchdown! This attempt from the right hash marks. And he again missed it to the right. Gizmo has a block and the sideline. He has not stepped out. He may go all the way. He needs 1 block and he'll do it easily. He may not need the block. Henry Gizmo Williams with Melisic chasing him. Scores. 48 seconds remaining. 3rd down. Hamilton into the end zone. For a hole. If he gets to the outside this time, he's gone. Goodbye. The Rocket delivers. The $1 Million Man provides cause for celebration among the Toronto Argonaut owners. An 87-yard kickoff return.
unforgettable. Now it is up to the Ticats and Stampeders to make their own memories in the 87th edition of the Grey Cup game. But for now, it is time to honor the greatest individual achievements of 1999, the Dodge CFL Outstanding Player Awards.
Tonight, the CFL honors the best of the 1999 season. The BC Lions lead the way with 4 nominations, including Outstanding Defensive nominee David Benefield. The Eastern champion Tiger Cats are close behind with 3 nominations, led by Outstanding Player hopeful Danny McManus, who goes head-to-head with Stampeder slotback Alan Pitts. Montreal's Uzuma Okeke is back in search of the Outstanding Offensive Lineman trophy, while Toronto's Mike O'Shea looks to capture his first Outstanding Canadian award. Live from the Vancouver Trade and Convention Center, it's the 1999 Dodge CFL Outstanding Player Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your host, Mr. John Wells.
Good evening. It's great to be back in Vancouver for Grey Cup weekend. We watched a very popular victory the last time we were here in 1994 when Louis Passaglia's last play field goal beat Don Matthews and his All-American Baltimore Stallions. 5 years may not seem like a long time, but it was about 5 or 6 BC ferry scandals ago and 3 premiers ago as well. As for the Lions, Louis is still kicking. And for a few moments, last Sunday, it looked like he might get another shot at the Grey Cup. Still, it was a super season for the BC Lions, and congratulations to Greg Mons and the entire staff. We are here tonight to salute the best in Canadian football, players who enjoyed superb seasons in the CFL. So please welcome the nominees for the 1999 Dodge Outstanding Player Awards. Representing the East from the Hamilton Tiger Cats, quarterback Danny McManus, linebacker Calvin Tiggle, and rookie nominee Corey Grant. From the Montreal Alouettes, lineman Uzuma Okeke. From the Toronto Argonauts, linebacker Michael O'Shea. And representing the West, slotback Alan Pitts from the Calgary Stampeders. And 3 members of the BC Lions, rookie nominee Paul Lacoste, veteran linebacker David Benefield, and double nominee Jamie Terrace. Okay, guys, on 3, take a bow. 1, 2, 3. Hey, that worked pretty well. All right, you can take your seats down front here, gentlemen. Congratulations on your outstanding seasons, and good luck here tonight. Straight ahead. O'Shea is leading the charge. The bow worked quite well, but the walk-off was a little off. Sorry about that. We enjoyed one of the most dramatic Grey Cup finishes ever last year in Winnipeg. It came down to a Calgary field goal on the last play of the game before the Stampeders subdued the Hamilton Tiger Cats and won by 2. The 1999 Grey Cup is a rematch, and based on the division finals last weekend, it's a good bet Sunday's game will come down to the final minute in typical CFL style, just like the finals last weekend. Both games decided by a total of 3 points. There was the big play in Montreal. 2 minutes on the clock. Danny McManus got the ball to a linebacker, and then McManus found the end zone with Ronald Williams. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Please welcome Ron Lancaster and the Hamilton Tiger Cats, gentlemen. And everyone over there, stand up and take a bow. And here at BC Place last Sunday, the Lions roared back for a one-point lead late in the game on the Stampeders in the final quarter. Battered Calgary quarterback Dave Dickinson came back to engineer a late drive. A couple of crucial catches set up the game-winning points. Here they are. Mark McGuire's fourth field goal of the game gave the Stampeders a 2-point advantage and a chance at a second straight Grey Cup championship in Vancouver this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Wally Buono and the defending Grey Cup champion Calgary Stampeders. Stand up all and be recognized. So there is a lot on the line Sunday at BC Place, and here tonight as we honor the best in Canadian football. Up first, the top lineman in 1999. It's tough to get recognized up front in the trenches, and too often the only time offensive linemen get mentioned is when they're guilty of a minor indiscretion like holding or something. So to introduce the nominees tonight, two players who spent their careers denying they were ever guilty of anything. Former Argo Chris Schultz, who finally found fame as a member of the TSN football panel, and Rob Smith, a 1992 award winner with Ottawa before he saw the light and came west to join the Lions. Gentlemen.
Good evening, everybody. You know, Rod, I try to be as prepared as I can, and you know, I was going through your career, 14 years, that's pretty good. But it was the last 4 where you kind of turned it around and you got some personal accolades. I mean, what happened in the first 10?
Oh, I'm a very slow starter, but I'm a strong finisher, you know.
Hey, you are a strong finisher. 1992, the most outstanding offensive lineman in the Canadian Football League. You know what? He had the fantasy that every football player wants. His last football game at the BC Place, he won. You got to tell me a little bit about how that felt.
It was a dream come true for me, actually storybook ending.
It is.
I announced my retirement at the beginning of the year, so I would retire. And it was lucky enough for me to be at home in front of my family and friends and some great teammates. Some are honoring here tonight, actually.
And you know, you and I, you can apply.
Baby.
You and I both played in the Eastern Conference for quite a while. You're Ottawa, I was at Toronto. And you know, I'm not too prideful to admit, you know, I learned a little bit from you. I watched your films, you know, I figured some things, some techniques you got, and I'm sure, like, you learned a little bit from me.
Well, you should have watched a little bit more film, actually.
Wait, you mean, right, after all this, like, you didn't learn anything about, like, leverage or like...
Financial leverage, are we talking about?
No, like, you know, coming off the ball and...
Low?
Yeah.
It's hard for you to be low.
It is. Yeah. Oh, well.
You work for TSN.
You didn't learn anything, yeah. All right, enough about this. Let's get to the award. The nominees for Outstanding Offensive Lineman are right now. Let's see them.
The Western nominee for the most outstanding offensive lineman is Jamie Terrace of the BC Lions. A valuable asset in the Lions' first-place finish in the West, his ability to play at both the guard and center positions helped the Lions chew up 2,567 yards on the ground and yield only 35 sacks. Terrace highlighted his 13th CFL season, all with BC, with his 3rd team nomination for Outstanding Offensive Lineman. Representing the West, Jamie Terrace. The Eastern Division nominee is Uzuma Okeke of the Montreal Alouettes. This 6'2", 295-pound tackle from Southern Methodist University capped off his 6th CFL season with his 2nd consecutive East Division nomination, as he helped open up holes for Mike Pringle and the Owls' 3rd-ranked rushing offense. Besides racking up 2,436 yards on the ground, this unit allowed the 3rd fewest quarterback sacks with 37. Representing the East, Uzuma Okeke.
Folks, 2 outstanding linemen that had great seasons, and here present the award on behalf of Molson Canada, President of the Western Region, Blair Shearer.
Rather fitting, huh?
Okay, you step back. Thanks, guys. And on behalf of Molson Canada and our employees across the country, it's my pleasure to introduce this year's outstanding offensive lineman, Izuma Okeke.
Thank you. This is a great honor. And first, I'd like to thank God for giving me the talent and the ability to do the things that I've done this year. I also like to thank Tracy, my fiance, for being with me this year and for giving me a lot of support. I'd like to thank my teammates, Montreal Alouettes. It's been great playing with them, and my, my offensive line, Neil Fort, Mike Sutherland, Brian Chu. It's been a great honor playing with them. Just want to thank everybody here at the CFL. Thank all the Molson, all the sponsors. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. 2 BC Lions are in the spotlight when we return to the 1999 Dodge Outstanding CFL Player Awards. And as we take a break, players who dish it out on defense.
First down, he gets outside. Out to the 20. Oh, he was hammered. Hello.
They're looking for Ty Davis, and oh boy, Rob Hitchcock unloaded.
Live from Canada Place, the Dodge CFL Outstanding Player Awards. And we're happy to unveil the all-new 2000 Dodge Dakota Quad Cab here tonight. The ultimate family pickup truck. Did I really have Mark McLaughlin kicking the field goal or Mark McGuire? Anyway, it was apparently McLaughlin, not McGuire. There's a new award this year, and it seems about time we recognize some special players. The John Agro Award goes to the CFL's most outstanding special teams player. John Agro was instrumental in helping the Players Association establish their own situation 34 years ago. He remained the Players' legal counsel from 1974 until his death almost a year ago. John represented the players with passion. He was a tough negotiator, yet unselfish in lending his services. He loved players, and he loved the game. And now, to make the presentation of the inaugural John Agro Award, please welcome his wife, Josie, and daughter, Marjo.
Thank you, John. As you mentioned, the CFL Players Association was indeed a passion for my father. In 1965, he was contacted by a member of the Hamilton Tiger Cats regarding contract rights, or rather the lack of them. He then set out to organize a meeting with a representative of each CFL team attending. On that occasion, his values of service, individual respect, and community effort crystallized for him and the players with the founding of this association. A formidable and compassionate advocate, he served the association with the same integrity and determination that he brought to the courtroom on behalf of his clients. Dad took great pride in the careers of his law students and the football players he mentored. His consuming interest in the CFL extended to his last days, and it was only in the fall of 1998, when he could no longer safely or comfortably leave home, that he was unable to cheer on his beloved Ticats. He was greatly loved and widely respected by both players and management, and his generous qualities of heart and soul touched many in this room and beyond. Dad was not only respected for what he did, but also for who he was. So we, his family, thank you and take pride in the honor that the league and players have created in the John Agro Award, one which is voted on by both players and coaches. Let's take a look at our inaugural winner.
The winner of the John Agro Memorial Award for Special Teams is Jimmy Cunningham of the BC Lions. Jimmy the Jet took off in 1999 as he racked up 1,694 yards in returns for BC. Cunningham returned 89 punts for 662 yards and 2 touchdowns. One, an 81-yard score, and the other a 65-yard return in overtime to beat the Eskimos in Week 15. He also returned 47 kickoffs for 1,032 yards, including a 98-yard touchdown against Saskatchewan. The first recipient of the John Agro Memorial Award, Jimmy Cunningham.
This is truly an honor. First, I'd like to thank God. All praises go to him, because without him, none of this would be possible. I'd like to thank my fiance and my parents for all of their love and support, and my brother for working out with me during the off season and helped me get my speed back to where it was last year before the injury. I'd like to thank all of my teammates, especially the 11 guys that blocked for me. I mean, they're the ones that made my job easy. I'd like to thank John Agro, the league, and the CFLPA for allowing me to win this award. Thank you.
For some reason, special teams guys all have great nicknames, and after a while, it's just the Giz or Pinball. And tonight, congratulations to the Jet. Now it's time to honor the outstanding defensive player, and to help with the presentation, a guy who was known as Quick. Please welcome Dave Randorf from TSN Vancouver and former BC Lion great James Quick Parker.
Good evening, everybody. James Quick Parker, 82, 84, 1986, a 3-time winner of this award. 1 with Edmonton, 2 with BC. Does any one of those seasons, all great seasons, does one stick out for you in particular?
Well, the beginning is always the best one. That's the one that you make the team, and the other ones kind of blend in. So.
All right, blend in. Well, you know what? In 1984, this man had 26.5 sacks in 1 season. It's a CFL record. However, Joe Montford's sitting over there. Took a pretty good run at you this year. Had 26 sacks, but the record's still yours. You must be happy about that.
Oh, he should have brought his teammates to do that sharing kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I'm sure that was a big part. Now, you know, everybody who watched James Quick Parker knows that he was known for one of these, right? One of these in the old helmet. He had that feather sticking right out of the helmet. I guess what everybody wants to know, I even got a matching one here for you. How did you keep, with all those, battles you waged down there, how did you keep it stuck in your helmet?
Well, first you had to use the chewing gum kind of thing first, yeah. Right? And then my teammates kept extra supplies in these shorts for me just in case, right?
Okay, so. Well, here's another one for your collection. We loved watching, that's for sure. And we certainly enjoyed watching the 2 nominees for this year's Outstanding Defensive Player for 1999.
The Western nominee for Most Outstanding Defensive Player is David Benefield of the BC Lions, enjoying the first divisional finalist nomination of his 8-year career. This defensive end led a Lions defensive unit that tied for the fewest points allowed per game. He finished the 1999 campaign with 47 tackles, 3 of those for losses, and racked up 9 quarterback sacks, 6 knockdown passes, 2 interceptions, 2 fumble recoveries, and tied for the league lead with 5 forced fumbles. Representing the West, David Benefield. The Eastern Division nominee is Calvin Tiggle of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Also earning his first division nomination, Tiggle was a key member of a Ticat defense that ranks second in total yards against. This sixth-year CFL veteran led the league with 106 defensive tackles and wreaked havoc from his linebacker position as he forced 3 fumbles, recovered 2 more, and picked off 2 interceptions for 32 yards. Representing the East, Calvin Tiggle.
Two great defensive players who certainly put their stamp here in 1999. And here to present the award on behalf of Canadian Airlines is Vice President Rob McLean.
Thank you and good evening. Canadian Airlines has been a proud sponsor of the CFL for a number of years. And on behalf of our 16,000 employees, I'm very pleased to be here tonight to present the Dodge Most Outstanding Defensive Player to Hamilton linebacker Calvin Tiggle.
Forgive me. I just had things running through my body I just don't understand. I just don't understand. He's so wonderful. Oh, he's wonderful. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. But my family over there, the Ticats, this represents y'all. Not me, but y'all, especially the interior linemen. I was forced to say that tonight. I'm going to let y'all know. Well, you know, you have Philbrick and Campbell on your back, you know, you're going to say pretty much anything. But I just like to just thank everybody, especially Dodge, for putting on this wonderful show. And everybody who's affiliated with the Grey Cup and this award, just thank you. Thank you. Much love, much love. And I'd like to end on this note. Ticats, I don't have no ring. What's up? I don't have no ring.
The 1999 Dodge CFL Outstanding Player Awards. Brought to you in part by Castrol GTX, Drive Hard. By Mr. Sub, always something good going down. By Adidas, long live sport. And by Canadian Airlines, official airline of the CFL in the 1999 Grey Cup. Welcome back to the 1999 Dodge CFL Outstanding Player Awards. Live from the Vancouver Trade and Convention Center, here's your host, John Wells.
The Football Reporters of Canada are pleased to select the CFL All-Star teams every year and vote on the league's outstanding players for this ceremony here tonight. Unfortunately, we're a rather disorganized group of writers and broadcasters who could not be trusted to keep a secret. In fact, even simple math is a challenge to most members of the FRC. So we need help to tabulate the vote on these awards. And we welcome a partner in the prestigious firm of Deloitte & Touche, Rick Wilson, to verify that the results that we're presenting this evening are correct and everything is on the up and up. How do we do this year? Thank you, Rick. Now the Tom Pate Award, presented to a veteran CFL player who makes a significant contribution to the game off the field as well as on. Please welcome the president of the Players Association, Dan Froney, and Moran Armetlu of Intergold Canada.
Well, Moran, our favorite time of the year again.
Hey, Dan, it's great to be here in Vancouver.
Well, you know, I want to take a quick second to personally thank you, and on behalf of all the players of the Canadian Football League, for your tremendous support, but most of all, just for being such a big fan of the Canadian Football League.
Thank you, Dan. It's a tremendous game, and it's an honor and a pleasure to be here.
We're here to give away a very prestigious award that recognizes a player that tragically lost his life during a game while playing for Hamilton. This award is voted on by the players and the coaches of the Canadian Football League, and it recognizes outstanding achievement on the field, but most of all, it recognizes outstanding achievement off the field.
And this year's recipient devotes hundreds of hours to the hospitals, to the schools, to the kids, and to his community. This year's recipient, deservingly so, is BC's own Jamie Terrence.
This is my son, Willie. He's 3 months old. How you doing? I'd like to thank the CFL Players Association. I feel very honored by this award. What it says to me is that I've tried to make a difference in my community, and that's something that I aspire to as a man and as a football player. And I think that something that all football players should try and do, be part of their community. I'd also like to say that in some ways it's been easy for me to give, because I've been given so much ever since I've been a kid, from my family, from my friends, from my wife Jennifer, and from all my teammates as well. So it's easy to give when you've been given so much. And of course, by God, He's blessed me with 13 years of playing professional football, a game that I love very, very much. So thanks to all of you for giving so much to me. When I go out in the community, I always try and inspire someone. Someone told me once that inspiration is breathing spirit into somebody. And I think that's a neat way to look at it, breathing life into somebody else. And that's what I try to do. But for anyone who's involved with charity or community, you realize that when you go out, you don't inspire people, they inspire you. And if you want to learn about courage, you don't find it on the football field. You go visit a burn unit and see some kids. You'll see courage. You want to learn about determination, visit some terminally ill children. You'll see determination. And I've learned an awful lot, and I've been inspired a great deal, and I'm very thankful for that. Hey, Willie? What I'd like to do is encourage all the players out there that haven't been involved in a charity to get involved, especially some of the young players. I know there's a lot that are, but get involved. It means a great deal. And the nice thing about it is I know I've got a lot more to give, and I think we all do too, considering there are millions of people out there that survive on less than $2 a day. So I think we can all give more. Thanks very, very much.
Thanks, Jamie, and to Willie, too. Jamie Terrace, just one of the reasons the BC Lions had such a great year in 1999. Now here's a guy who truly has a passion for Canadian football and deserves much of the credit for the CFL's resurgence over the past few years. He is the acting commissioner of the Canadian Football League, John Tory. So, John, can we persuade you to act like a commissioner one more year, or are you really retiring?
When you take on jobs that they say are acting, I think it's supposed to imply maybe for a few weeks or a few months, and it's been 3 years, so I've said maybe it's time for the league to put some permanent arrangements in place, but I'll still be around to help in some way or other.
Who gets the job? Can you let us in on a little something here tonight?
How about yourself?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
Would you really consider me?
No, probably not.
Well, it's nice to see all the problems have been solved under your
Well, they're
reign.
not all solved, but you know, I think we can come on an evening like this, and I think that we can take such pride in the quality of the people that have come up here and those that didn't get a chance to be up but were nominated. These are people that football fans across Canada can be really proud of.
And some interesting news today that the league is looking at expansion, and the good part of the news is we're not going to Shreveport.
How do you know? No, I think what's exciting is that thanks to the hard work of the board and the great work that the players do day in and day out, and the hard work that the league staff, Jeff Giles and everybody else do, that we've got interest from Canadian cities, Quebec City, from Eastern Canada. I hope we can get back to Ottawa, but we've got to expand this great game across Canada, and we're going to do it.
Thank you, John. And just ahead, another BC Lion is nominated for Rookie of the Year. As we take a break at the Dodge CFL Outstanding Player Awards, a few memorable moments from 1999.
Going deep, looking for it. Oh, Belcon with a fantastic catch.
Oh, my goodness. That is unbelievable. It looks like Stiegel is going all the way. 100 yards.
First and long. Handoff, Ryan Terry negotiating yardage. And a big move. Still going. Across the first down marker. Ryan Terry has some blockers, including Dave Barker to the 5. Touchdown, Argos.
Trophies and rings for the outstanding players tonight are provided by Intergold, full recognition resource, rewarding corporate excellence, celebrating school spirits, and immortalizing athletic prowess. As well, all nominees will receive DVD players from RCA. RCA, changing entertainment again. Just ahead, the outstanding rookie of 1999. The president of the Football Reporters of Canada is always a rookie because his term in office is restricted to 1 year by bylaw. So this is the one moment of glory for Jeff Courier from CJOB Radio in Winnipeg, president of the Football Reporters of Canada. Now he'll explain to you the voting process and how we arrived at the winners tonight.
We'll do this quickly, John. This is kind of the accountant's version, but 5 voters from each of the CFL markets are chosen, and there are a couple of voters at large around the league. Initially, you select the outstanding players in your individual market, then it goes down to conference, and then the voters select the outstanding players from the finalists that we have here tonight.
And the FRC has been doing this for
about 50 years or so, and we're always very pleased and very proud to be associated with these awards. No other league has awards that quite capture the spirit of a league the way these awards do for the Canadian Football League.
Jeff Courier, president of the Football Reporters of Canada, and that one moment of glory is rather fleeting, isn't it? You're finished now. Thank you. From one rookie to another, not many reporters come to the Grey Cup to get a little sleep, but we have found one here this year. TSN's James Duthie became a first-time father last week, so he's getting more rest here in Vancouver than he could get at home. To present the Outstanding Rookie Award, Jared Duthie's dad, James, and former BC Lions hero, Norm Fieldgate.
I'm honored to present this award with Norm, one of the all-time great Lions. This is a man who is the 6-time Outstanding Canadian nominee from his team. But back in '54, when you started, you didn't get the rookie. What happened?
Well, what happened in '54 was most teams, when they go to training camp, have about 30 veterans and about 15 or 20 rookies. And the veterans usually get the rookies to sing, you know, at training table and carry the bags in from the field. Well, in 1954, of course, the BC Lions were all rookies.
First year.
First year. So we didn't have to carry the bags. We all carried the bags. But we had Arnie Weinmeister and Laurie Nemi and Vi Bailey.
So the competition was tough anyway.
Yeah, it was tough anyway, right.
Now, you hear a lot still sometimes about players who graduate from college or junior and change positions. The odd time a linebacker becomes a safety, perhaps. But I don't think you've ever heard of this one. This guy went from being a quarterback to a defensive lineman, something I guarantee Dave Dickinson will never attempt.
Well, what happened was I played quarterback in junior football, and I went out for the Saskatchewan Roughriders in 1953 as a quarterback. Well, you can imagine in Saskatchewan, their program having, you know, Glenn Dobbs, Frank Chapuka, and Norm Fieldgate at quarterback. Short-lived career there.
So you beefed up. You just beefed up and went onto the line. Right. Good move, terrific career. I'd like to show you now the nominees for the CFL's Most Outstanding Rookie in 1999.
Eastern nominee for Most Outstanding Rookie is Paul Lacoste of the BC Lions. A free agent signing out of Mississippi State University, he finished the 1999 regular season tied for 8th in the CFL in defensive tackles with 78, including 3 for losses. He also added 9 special teams tackles, 2 pass knockdowns, 1 quarterback sack, forced 1 fumble, returned 2 more for a total of 50 yards, and took back an interception 28 yards for the touchdown. Representing the West, Paul Lacoste. The Eastern Division nominee is Corey Grant of the Hamilton Tiger Cats, a first-round selection in the 1999 draft out of Wilfrid Laurier University. Grant lived up to his billing by catching 56 passes for a total of 875 yards and 3 touchdowns. He was a vital member on special teams as well, racking up a combined 372 yards on 15 punt returns, 2 kickoff returns, and 7 missed field goals, including a 127-yard touchdown return against the Argos in Week 3. Representing the East, Corey Grant.
Two terrific rookies, one on offense and one on defense. Now, tonight's award is presented by Adidas, and on behalf of Adidas Friday Night Football, I'll have Norm do the honors.
1990 Most Outstanding Rookie is BC linebacker Paul Lacoste.
Well, of course, without any question, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here. I've taken a long road through professional football. I had a whole year off last year and took some time away and realized that this game is really a wonderful thing that we all do. And we should all feel privileged that we're football players and that we have the abilities to play here. And I wanted to share something with y'all as a rookie that they did to me. And I thought it's very fitting. I'm a hyperactive guy. I don't really relax ever. And I see Coach Mons laughing on the monitor here. Hey, right in camp, I didn't make friends very easily. Of course, I was fighting for my job, thought I had to do everything I could. And I get in for practice during two-a-days, and I walk up to my locker, and they'd put horse manure all in my locker. That's not a very nice thing to do to a rookie, but I love Canada, and I feel welcome now. And I'm truly honored to be the Rookie of the Year, and to my teammates, all you guys are great, and I'll never forget any of you, and it's just been a dream for me, and I'm just so happy. And to my big brother up there in heaven, I got it, brother.
Congratulations to Paul Lacoste. Still to come at the Dodge CFL Outstanding Player Awards, the top Canadian and the CFL Player of the Year.
You guys call this funny? Okay, well, I can't see you all day. I can't see you all day. Come on, get over here. Hey, I'm in one pay here. You guys are just stand there below. Come on,
Texans. Yeah. They fall for it every time.
Come on, get over here.
Welcome back to the Dodge Outstanding Player Awards, live from Vancouver, Canada's Grey Cup City. It's great to be back here. The stadium at BC Place has been home to more than a few memorable moments from CFL championships past.
From the 3. Barnes, Bitter, touchdown! Kerrigan hasn't had a hand laid on him today, and he's throwing deep for Ingram. Touchdown! Hoisted onto the shoulder.
So this is what it's all about.
and the Grey Cup could go to Edmonton if Cowrick is through. He is! And looks over the middle, and it's intercepted. Battle with his second of the game. He may score. He will easily. This is it for the Grey Cup victory. Bisaglia's kick is up. It's good!
It's nice to welcome a long-time Lionbacker, former president of the BC Lions, current president of the Grey Cup Committee, Jack Farley. Well, your Lions had a shot on Sunday.
They did, Mr. Commissioner, but I'm afraid we didn't quite make it, but next year is always the time.
Is everyone having a good time at your Grey Cup?
Hey, we're having a party. The theme this year is Join the Party, and we've started. The chuck wagons are rolling down Granville Street right now as we speak, I understand. The 1,200 people in your audience tonight, they're going to enjoy a great party when they leave through the ballroom. And we've got lots of things happening in the city.
So where's the big party tomorrow?
The big party tomorrow, we're going to open the doors of BC Place Stadium. And we're inviting everybody to come down, watch the teams in a short practice. We have the 8 dance teams in town from the CFL clubs. We've got another 40 high school dance teams. They're going to have a cheer fest. All sorts of good things are going to happen in the stadium. Everybody should arrive by 10 o'clock. 3 o'clock, they're going to have their fill.
All right. Thank you very much, Jack. Jack Farley, president of the Grey Cup Committee, 1999. Now to the CFL's Outstanding Canadian of the Year. And to make the presentation, a guy who came down the mountain in North Vancouver and is still reliving his perfect hold for Saskatchewan's game-winning field goal in 1989 at the Grey Cup. My pal from Adidas Friday Night Football, Glenn Suter, and another Lion legend, the CFL's top lineman in 1977, Al Wilson.
I'm really excited to be up here with Al Wilson because Al, I used to watch you in Empire Stadium in the pouring rain. You were playing for the BC Lions. I was 3, and thanks. So I didn't mean to bring that up. In 1977, you're so great. I've got kids too. 1977, the outstanding lineman, excuse me, in the CFL, and a great year you had that year, and 15 years on the offensive line for the BC Lions. Incredible. I just want to say, this is a group that sticks together.
I get to talk?
In the buffet line, isn't it? Yeah, go.
Yeah, 77, another memorable year. Another year I sit in the stands in the Grey Cup and watch Edmonton play. Except they got their butts whooped that year by Montreal. An offensive lineman, we don't record many stats unless you count holding penalties. It's usually a coordinated effort by a lot of men trying to get the job done. You know, and it was an exciting moment to actually be picked out of your peers to be the best. But in your heart, you really knew that it was an award that you had to share with the people that lined up beside you. But definitely a thrill to win.
We get a chance to do the Outstanding Canadian, and that's something that's very important to our game.
Excellent. He's a homegrown hero. I mean, this is someone the CFL fan can really identify with. This is a kid that delivered your newspapers or dated your sister. He was around.
Well, let's take a look at a couple of those homegrown heroes, the 2 nominees for Outstanding Canadian.
The Western nominee for Most Outstanding Canadian is Jamie Terrace of the BC Lions. This 33-year-old native of Acton, Ontario, who played his university football for the Western Ontario Mustangs, was a key component of the Lions' offensive unit as he bolstered the league's second-best rushing attack and helped protect pivot Damon Allen by allowing the second fewest quarterback sacks. Representing the West, Jamie Terrace. The Eastern Division nominee is Mike O'Shea of the Toronto Argonauts. Hailing from North Bay, Ontario, this product of the University of Guelph was the leader of the CFL's best defense, as the Argos led the league in several defensive categories, including fewest points against and fewest total yards against. Individually, O'Shea recorded 84 defensive tackles, 13 special teams tackles, intercepted 3 passes, and tied for the league lead with 5 forced fumbles. Representing the East, Mike O'Shea.
Man, forget about Canadians. That's two outstanding football players. And here to present the award, on behalf of the Government of Canada, please welcome Secretary of State for Multiculturalism and the Status of Women, the Honourable Hedy Fry.
Good evening, everybody. I want you to know it's a real honor for me to be here tonight on behalf of the Government of Canada to present the Dodge Outstanding Canadian Player. And the winner is the 1999 Most Outstanding Canadian Player is Toronto linebacker Mike O'Shea.
Geez, the heart's pounding now. First of all, congratulations to Jamie Terrace, obviously a double nominee and the Tom Pate Award winner. He made a quick transition. It's a tough job. Congratulations to both teams, too, to making it here to the Grey Cup. Anyone who is not here but not playing here really wishes they were. Everybody knows that. As a Canadian growing up, getting to watch the CFL, it's truly just a privilege, I guess, an honor to get to play in a league that you grew up watching. I think every Canadian probably feels that way. We're very fortunate to be able to do that. I think some people even mistake my lack of commentary on the nomination as I don't know, as a bit of being aloof, but there is a sense of pride, I think, but as most Canadians realize, it's probably a deep, quiet sense of pride. There are a few people I'd like to thank. I'd like to thank my wife first. Her kindness and generosity. She afforded me all the time that was needed for me to spend the extra time in the film room and in the weight room to be able to play the season that I did. Of course, my teammates. This is a team game. Everybody here realizes that. The 11 other guys on defense, and my whole team especially, but the 11 other guys on defense certainly all played well every game and made me look a lot better than I actually probably am. Gary Echeverry, great defensive coordinator, brought in a system this year, asked me at the beginning of the year before I signed if I just wanted to have fun and play in a good system. I said yes, and sure enough, he provided a system that was allowed us to be one of the better defenses in the league, along with Darryl Ladrell and Kim Dameron, the defensive coaches. The other coaches on the team, great job this year. The Toronto organization has been led by Bob Nicholson. Truly a great organization, and it really flows. His professionalism really flows downhill. I'm looking forward to what's in store for the Argonaut team and franchise come the new millennium with the new ownership group, apparently. Anyway, thanks very much. Thanks to my family and my extended family, the Outlaws, the in-laws, I mean. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Toronto's Michael O'Shea. The big award is next, coming up on the CFL's Outstanding Player.
The 1999 CFL Outstanding Player Awards, brought to you by Dodge. Different.
Live from Canada Place, the Dodge CFL Outstanding Player Awards, where we're happy to unveil the all-new 2000 Dodge Dakota Quad Cab tonight, the ultimate in family pickup trucks. Well, we're down to the final two. The nominees for the CFL's Outstanding Player Award in 1999 are fittingly Hamilton's Danny McManus and Calgary's Alan Pitts. They will meet again Grey Cup Sunday at BC Place. And to help make the final presentation, two former BC Lion heroes. One accepted 2 awards on this stage during his career. The other missed out and has turned to television in search of a Gemini now. Ladies and gentlemen, Clean 16, Matt Dunnigan of TSN, and Dirty 30, Jimmy Young, a Lion legend.
Well, Jim, 1970, you won the Most Outstanding Canadian Award. And ever since then, Ronnie Lancaster, sitting right over there, has been giving you some trouble about your attire. And so I'm going to try to turn the table and help you out a little bit. So I decided to wear your boots tonight instead of you continuing catching flack from Coach Lancaster.
Oh, yeah, Ronnie won the Outstanding that year, and I wore my cowboy boots, and it was a good year, except didn't play in a Grey Cup. A lot of people may not know you and I worked together before tonight.
That's right. 1989, you were a coach, and I always felt privileged to have the opportunity to work with a legend of the CFL. It's sitting down there and watching Glenn with Norm and so on, and watching the presenters, and it gives you a great feeling inside to be associated with these people, because you know, as players, that they paved the way for you. And I can't be more honored to be standing here with you, Jim. And in 1989, it was a great experience as well.
Well, we enjoyed it. It was one of those years. We coached you up good, got you good receivers. You set BC Lion records both with number of receptions and yardage, over 45, and we went 7 and 11. That's right. We couldn't stop anybody.
It happens. It happens.
I had to work hard, coach up. Matt left, and we got a new kid in. Had to coach him up in 90, and 91 he went out and beat your records. Kid that's not in the league anymore, Doug Flutie.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for bringing him up. Everybody else does. Yeah, wouldn't be the same. He's had a tremendous career here. And let's look at this year's nominees for the Most Outstanding Player Award.
The Western nominee for Most Outstanding Player is Alan Pitts of the Calgary Stampeders. For this 10-year CFL veteran, 1999 was another phenomenal season as he led all CFL receivers with 97 receptions for 1,449 yards, marking the 8th time in his career that he's reached the 1,000-yard plateau. He finished second in touchdown receptions with 10 on the year, but was second to none in Week 10 as he eclipsed Ray Elgaard's CFL record of 13,198 yards, becoming the league's all-time leading receiver. Representing the West, Alan Pitts. The Eastern Division nominee is Danny McManus of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. A 10-year CFL pivot, earning his first divisional finalist nomination, McManus enjoyed the most prolific season of his career as he paced the Ticats to a franchise record 603 points. Danny Mac set career marks as he led the entire CFL with 5,318 passing yards and 28 touchdown passes, also adding 3 more touchdowns on the ground. Representing the East, Danny McManus.
Alan, I would have loved to have the opportunity to play with you, and I always cherish the moments we had, Danny. And here to present the 1999 Most Outstanding Chrysler from Daimler, Canada, please welcome Western Regional Manager Bernie Clement.
Thank you. It gives me great pleasure to represent Dodge, our Dodge dealers from coast to coast, and our outstanding lineup of Dodge vehicles, including the new Dodge Dakota Quad Cab, the ultimate family pickup, which is being introduced here this year at the Grey Cup. And now, without further ado, let's find out who our 1999 Dodge Outstanding Player Award is. Ladies and gentlemen, the CFL's most outstanding player for 1999 is Hamilton quarterback Danny McManus.
I think, first of all, since the, media picked this, I need to mess up their pool. And I want to thank Paulus Baldiston, because he said if I didn't thank him first, then my life would be full turmoil for as long as I keep playing with him. So the media guys in the back, I'm sorry about that. I also like to thank family, friends with their support. Without that, none of this would have happened. Offensive linemen, appreciate it. Even though the other night dinner was a little expensive, thank you. The receivers, excellent job this year, catching anything I threw, even the high ones, without even complaining. And I apologize to Morielli. Last couple of weeks, I've been giving a little high to you. I apologize for that. The running backs, Ronnie, keep running that ball like you are. Lamont or LaPointe, whichever one you want to call him. Keep doing it as well. And the defense, you guys get us some short fields. I want to thank you guys as well. The coaching staff from the top to the bottom, outstanding. I think the best in the league. No doubt there's 3 guys in particular that I need to single out. The one who pretty much runs the show is RD, the offense coordinator. I want to thank him. And the 2 guys that support me off the field, they would love to get on the field, but I am very fortunate they are my other 2 guys in the trio of quarterbacks, Cody Ledbetter and Montresta Kirby. Thanks, guys. You know, even the information that you guys take away from the receivers, because every time all those guys say they're open, a lot of times they're not, but you guys are able to figure out which one's telling the truth, which ones are lying. I want to thank you. Thank Dodge, too, putting on a great show like this tonight, and then with the Grey Cup, hopefully, player-wise, we can take that over and put on a show for them. They've been outstanding sponsors, and just really thank you, everybody in the CFL. I appreciate this honor, and it's just a reflection of what the Hamilton Ticats have been able to do this year, and thank you again.
Congratulations, Danny, and all tonight's winners will take a final bow when we return to the Dodge CFL Outstanding Player Awards here in Vancouver.
The 1999 Dodge CFL Outstanding Player Awards, brought to you in part by Castrol GTX, Drive Hard. By Mr. Sub, always something good going down. By Adidas, long live sport. And by Canadian Airlines, official airline of the CFL in the 1999 Grey Cup.
Welcome back. It's been a memorable night as we salute the outstanding players in Canadian football here at Canada Place in Vancouver. And here they are again, led by the outstanding offensive lineman, Azuma Okeke, Montreal Alouettes. John Agro, special teams player, Jimmy the Jet Cunningham. Outstanding defensive player, Calvin Tiggle. Tom Pate Award winner, Jamie Terrace. Outstanding rookie, Paul Lacasse, BC. Outstanding Canadian, Mike O'Shea, Toronto. And the most outstanding player, Danny McManus of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Congratulations to all. And to all the nominees as well here in Vancouver tonight. And our thanks to everyone here at Canada Place and the CFL events planning staff. This is a great weekend to celebrate Canadian football. Tomorrow in Toronto, it's Laval against St. Mary's in the Vanier Cup. And Sunday, here in Vancouver, Hamilton meets Calgary in the last Grey Cup of the century. Thanks for joining us tonight. We hope you enjoy a great weekend of Canadian football.